Welcome to the movie Reactor. Today I will show you a crime, action, and adventure film from 2023 titled Fast X. Please make sure to leave a comment below to help advise me on how to make this channel more intriguing for your enjoyment. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. In Rio de Janeiro, the movie begins 10 years earlier. Hernan Reyes, the crime lord, and his psychotic son Dante are waiting for Dom and his team to attack them. Their heist in Brazil takes place in the streets, and Dante and his father pursue the thieves. By the time they reach the bridge, Dante had been thrown from the structure and into the river while Dom remained behind to assure Reyes' death. Abuelita Toretto has flown in for the occasion, so in the present day in Los Angeles, Dom is teaching little Brian how to drive before taking him back home for a cookout. They join the rest of the family at home, which includes Letty, Mia, Tej, Roman, Ramsey, and Han. After Abuelita gives a speech, everyone eats before talking about a theft that was allegedly ordered by Little Nobody and was set to take place in Rome. Dom explains to Letty later that little Brian claimed to have no fears, but in reality, his greatest fear is losing his family. A battered and bloodied Cypher arrives at the residence shortly after. Little Brian is hidden by Dom and Letty before they face their adversary. They are about to face a greater challenge, according to Cypher, in the person of Dante. He previously entered her facility after killing 2 guards and disclosing that he had abducted the loved ones of Cypher's goons in order to persuade them to change sides so that he could pursue Dom. After stealing her hacking equipment and ordering the remaining goons to continue killing her, he departs. Cypher struggled to escape and then followed a final goon down an elevator shaft before arriving at the Toretto house. Little Nobody receives a call from Dom and Letty and instantly sends out agents to capture Cypher. When they discover that Dante had set up the Rome theft, they take off immediately. Tej, Roman, Ramsey, and Han transport their cargo, which turns out to be a sizable explosive, while on the streets. Then, before attempting to carry the bomb to the Vatican, Dante hacks into their vehicles to cause them to veer into oncoming traffic. While Dante tries to blow them all up, Dom, Letty, and Little Nobody catch up with the rest of the gang and take them underground. While Letty tries to pursue Dante, he escapes, and she is jailed. The bomb eventually rolls all the way down the hills and streets. The blast radius that results from the bomb being moved away from the Vatican by Dom using a crane once he catches up to it causes extensive damage. While Dante brags to Dom about tearing up Dom's family, the gang is all labeled as terrorists and goes into hiding. Tess, the daughter of Mr. Nobody, meets with new director Amaze at the agency. Amaze believes that Nobody was too kind on the Toretto gang because of their history of street racing and large-scale heists. Amaze is able to persuade the rest of the agency's board to pursue them while Tess defends them and points out how they have arrested some pretty significant criminals. Roman brings Tej, Ramsey, and Han to London as a result of the media branding the gang as international terrorists. When a team of agency mercenaries barges in, Mia is caring for little Brian. Little Brian hides and Mia tries to fend them off, but they are ultimately saved by Jacob, who had been contacted by Dom. He knocks a man to the ground and beats up other bad guys all around. Mia is instructed by Jacob to find a secure location for Brian and the children while he safely returns to Dom with little Brian. Tess locates Dom in Brazil and identifies Dante for him, explaining to Dom why he is pursuing him. Letty has been taken to a top-secret agency base, so he asks for assistance in getting her out as well as in clearing their names. Tess meets with Letty and devises a scheme to get her relocated by making it appear as though Letty is attacking her. Along with a young woman named Isabel that Dom is familiar with, Dom attends a street racing event to meet with Diogo. Along with Diogo and Isabel, Dante arrives and dares Dom to a street race. Dante has planted bombs under their cars so that one of the two would perish during the race, and he forces Dom to make that decision. Dom ultimately attempts to slow Isabel down, forcing Dante to detonate Diogo on the racetrack. Dante then makes an attempt to attack Isabel, but Dom manages to detonate the bomb off her car despite causing her to crash. Dom rescues her from the collision as Dante flees. The other 4 eventually run upon Bowie, an old hacking companion of Ramsey's. When Ramsey finds a file, she discovers that Dante is using her surveillance system God's Eye to spy on Dom's family members. Roman had some money set up, but Dante ultimately drains their bank accounts. After Han's failed attempt to kill Deckard Shaw, the four are forced to find him. Deckard Shaw believes that Han is there to fight him, but additional agency goons arrive and break up their battle. Shaw kills them and learns from Ramsey that one of the possible targets is his mother Magdalene, so he leaves to defend his family. The rest of the group locates a vehicle to take them to safety. Cypher and Letty both awaken at an agency facility. To gas the guards and free them, she hacks the location. Letty starts a fight while they are trying to flee, which results in them punching, kicking, and slamming each other into machinery. Letty tries to escape without Cypher after they come to their senses, but she discovers that the facility is in Antarctica. In order to avoid suspicion, Jacob develops a bond with little Brian and attempts to fit in with him. When they board the aircraft, a flight attendant who is a friend of Jacob informs him that 3 of Dante's henchmen are on board. While he and little Brian board a covert aircraft for Brazil, he knocks them unconscious and orders the woman to hide their remains. Isabel awakens in Elena, who turns out to be Isabel's older sister, and Dom's apartment. She admits to Dom that she never thought Elena was the superior sibling and expresses doubt over who died first. She is reassured by Dom that this is untrue. They locate Dante's property connected to an abandoned police station with Isabel's assistance and discover Elena's old files on him. When Dom visits the station, he discovers a lot of old recordings and movies of him and his family. Before Amaze arrives to arrest Dom, Dante phones and taunts Dom about making him suffer before he dies, like his father taught him, while gazing out the window at Isabel. When Dante bombs the convoy taking Dom, he is brought over the same bridge where the heist occurred. Tess and Amaze engage Dante and his thugs in combat on the bridge, but Dante has a sniper on them that takes down both of them before aiming it at Isabel, who Dante had abducted. While Dante removes God's Eye from Tess, Dom moves Isabel out of the way and informs Dante that he can now locate his son before fleeing. While Dom and Amaze search quickly for little Brian, Isabel rescues Tess. The thugs are destroyed by Jacob's cannon-loaded car after Dante hunts him and little Brian down. Little Brian tries to help by climbing out the rear, but Dante takes advantage of this and kidnaps the youngster. Before Dom can approach his brother, Jacob warns him. Before 2 of Dante's sniper choppers blast Dom's automobile with harpoons, he is dropped out of a jet in his car. Dom drives off the bridge, causing them to crash and explode. Then, Jacob sacrifices himself, flips his bomb-filled car onto the approaching bad guys, and exits in a tragic but epic blaze of glory, giving Dom a chance to escape. When Dom arrives at Dante's car, he convinces little Brian to fly out and into it. Then Dante has 2 oil tankers try to collide with Dom and little Brian over a dam, so he does the only sensible thing and drives the vehicle over the dam while the tankers blow each other up, prompting Dom to hit the nitro hard so they can escape the oncoming explosion. As soon as it appears like Dom and little Brian are secure, a missile fired by none other than Amaze, who has been collaborating with Dante since the Rio heist, hits a plane transporting the remainder of Dom's gang. Dom observes as his pals tumble into a mountain. Dom can now go to heaven because Dante says he has endured enough pain. The entire dam is then set up to blow in a couple of seconds by him. Dom can only stare in terror at his son. When Letty and Cypher leave the building and return to Antarctica, they witness Giselle, who is, somehow, still alive, guiding a massive submarine out of the ice. While Letty watches in disbelief, Cypher seems to have prepared for this the entire time. Please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the content, then please hit the like button as it helps the channel and is greatly appreciated. Also, if you know anyone who would enjoy watching this content, then please share and help this community grow. Thanks for watching.